Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
on the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, live from the Hyatt Regency. This is Hawk Talk with Fran McCaffery, brought to you by Bud Light. It's for the fans. Brought to you by Ford, inviting you to visit your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. Hy-Vee, the official grocer partner of Iowa Hawkeyes basketball. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. U.S. Bank, life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank, member FDIC. U.S. Cellular, today's game, brought to you by U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. And by Hyatt Regency, caring for people so they can be their best. Now, here's the voice of the Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin.
Hey, good evening, everybody. The Iowa Hawkeyes are one of, at least one of 68 teams who hope to navigate March Madness, which starts this week, and be one of 4 to make it to the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. They'll crown a national champion 1 month from tonight. 4 weeks from this Monday night, we'll know who the collegiate basketball champion is, and the Iowa Hawkeyes are certainly going to be in the mix. It's our final, it's hard to believe, our final Hawk Talk program with Iowa basketball coach Fran McCaffery for the next 90 minutes. We'll entertain your comments, your questions on Twitter and Facebook, and we'll get you those addresses in just a minute. I'm Gary Dolphin, joined by former Hawkeye great NBA world champion Bobby Hansen is sitting next to me. Our engineer producer is Corey Sheets, and we're at the Edgewater Grill and Bar inside the Hyatt Regency in the Iowa River Landing in Coralville. Thanks to Matt and his staff for taking good care of us not only tonight but all year long. I mentioned the Final Four. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just get to the Big Ten tournament this week, starting Wednesday in Indianapolis with the 2 opening games on Wednesday night. The Hawkeyes are slotted as the number 5 seed, and they will play on Thursday afternoon around 2 o'clock, and they will play the winner of Northwestern and Nebraska. Those two collide in one of the preliminary round games on Wednesday night. And Bobby, it's a much healthier Northwestern team. They were flu-racked when they came to Iowa City a couple weeks ago, and the Hawks dominated the Wildcats by 20. And Nebraska, of course, who might, along with Iowa, be the hottest team in the league, having won 3 straight road games and 4 in a row overall. The Huskers and Nebraska collide this Wednesday night, and then the Hawks face the winner in one of the afternoon, the matinee games on Thursday. But it's great to be on a roll, despite last night's result. Great to be on a roll headed to Indy.
Yeah, absolutely, Gary. And Hawks playing well. Winners of 8 of their last 10 over the past month. Had an outstanding finish to the regular season. Battled last night over in Illinois, and working against 8 guys, at times, when couldn't get a whistle at times, and then couldn't make a free throw down the stretch. But it is what it is, and proud of the kids. And I was telling our friend Matt here, I've never been in a court storm where they were coming over you or coming by you, knocking you over. And I guess that's a nod to the Hawkeyes that they would storm the court with that. So
yeah.
We survived and survived the ride back. That was brutal. Hats off to all the DOT people that are out there cleaning the interstates. It was nice to see the interstate clean coming in here tonight, because when we arrived early this morning, it was anything but clean. So good to be here.
Yeah, to your first point, it was literally an orange crush as they stormed over the top of us and around us to get out onto the floor to celebrate at least a piece of the Big Ten championship. Illinois with the Wisconsin Badgers, and congratulations to Brad Underwood and Kofi Coburn and all those other terrific players that Illinois has. Illinois will be one of the favorites this week to claim it all, but the Hawks will be right there in the mix.
Yeah, I like the Hawks draw, Gary, to be honest with you. I haven't really had a chance to study it, but, I'd like to have another shot at whoever we play in Nebraska, Northwestern, and I like to look ahead. You got Rutgers. And
Rutgers is waiting.
Yeah, from there, probably Illinois or Michigan at one point there. So I got Iowa, Purdue in the finals.
Iowa, Purdue, and you've already slotted your finalists. Huh?
I have got my finalists, and I got the Hawkeyes winning it all.
I like Iowa's draw. I mean, there's no easy pickings no matter where you go. This is without question the best league in the country, top to bottom, and Rutgers and Nebraska and Northwestern has proven that all year long. And so it's going to be a heck of a 4 or 5 days in Indy. And what a great sports city Indianapolis is. You played there professionally, collegiately. You played in the Final Four in Indianapolis 40 years ago.
Yeah, 1980. We were 42 years ago, for the record, at Market Square Arena, which is now a parking lot, just an empty field on the eastern edge of Indianapolis. Actually drove over there and took it in a little bit a couple of years ago. But the new place is called Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Used to be Bankers Life. Used to be Conseco Fieldhouse.
Home of the Indiana Pacers.
Home of the Pacers. Beautiful arena. Yeah, there'll be a ton of fans over there, and hoping for good weather. I kind of checked the weather out. It's supposed to be iffy. A little bit of rain maybe on Thursday or Friday. But, it's just such a great atmosphere. Probably no better place, Gary, to hold a tournament like that when you can have all 14 schools in there. You've been there many times with the football championship over there, Lucas Oil. They roll the red carpet out. The city of Indianapolis does, and it's easy to get around. We walk to the games, if the weather permitting. It's right there. We walk back and, socialize with fans.
The corporate headquarters of the NCAA is in Indianapolis, so it's perfect, and it's right in the middle of the Big Ten footprint. So is Iowa City closer than Piscataway or College Park? Yeah, it is, but it's fairly close for everybody to come an equal distance. And some can drive, some fly. There'll be a ton of Hawkeye fans there. What I love about it is they designate a bar right downtown. What I really like about it is the arena is within walking distance of every hotel in a 20 square block area of downtown Indianapolis, and they make sure all the teams are comfy and cozy within walking distance, and therefore the fans can get there. And they designate a watering hole, a saloon, a bar for each team, and it's a fun, wholesome, clean rivalry.
It is, and we get to socialize with our partners in the radio booth on the other teams. We all kind of get together. Learfield has a get together sometimes when we could all be together. But they also designate a street, so they'll have an Iowa Avenue and Northwestern Avenue, different streets. But I thought I saw something earlier today that there'll be a Hawkeye huddle, Gary, at the Tin Roof. You guys have probably been there during football, but looks like it'll be ahead of that game about 10 in the morning, 10 to noon at the Tin Roof on Thursday.
Yeah, we'll mention that here when we get into the program here with Coach McCaffrey. Iowa will play around 2 o'clock on Thursday afternoon against the winner of Nebraska and Northwestern. For tonight, speaking of comfy and cozy and a great watering hole for your St. Patrick's Day celebration, we're inside the Hyatt Regency in the Edgewater Grill and Bar. We're on St. Patrick's Day. You can get 2 Guinnesses for the price of 1. 2 Guinness for the price of 1. So you can celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Matt Tretow and Matt Hill are our managers here at the Edgewater Grill and Bar, and the Hyatt welcome you in tonight to our final Hawk Talk program of the season. It's been a fun first year here.
It has. It's gone quick, Gary. I can't believe this is the final one. We started way back, late November, December, and Monday, Tuesday every night, and look forward to it. And tonight I think this is number 14 that we've had here at the Edgewater, and just really like this place. All the food that I've seen they bring out for the people looks outstanding. Told Matt going to have to make it back here another time and enjoy the fair.
Well, this is as noisiest and as packed as we've had in 14 weeks, and a good reason. We got the King's Material Landscaping folks here holding their convention with their customers. King's Material Landscaping from Johnson County and Iowa City. So welcome to all those Hawk fans who are here. We are, of course,
standing room only, Dolph. Looking around at the room.
Well, we hope to be here for many years to come, Bobby. Indeed. Iowa, Illinois last night. Man, oh man, what a heartbreaker for the Hawkeyes. But for Illinois, if you're an Illini, and they were motivated like the Hawkeyes were with Nebraska's upset of Wisconsin earlier in the day, and Illinois victory would give Brad Underwood and the Orange and Blue a share of the Big Ten championship. The Hawks were playing for the double bye, and you could sense the pressure atmosphere. You could sense the tension, Bobby, in a sold-out State Farm Center arena, and certainly it plagued the Hawkeyes at the foul line.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate part of it. The opportunity was there. The chances were there. Ahead by 15 in the first half. The Hawks were playing just continued to play great basketball. And then Illinois made a little run at the end of the first half to cut it to 6, I think, was a halftime. And then the Hawks, continued to play tough. They answered every punch that Illinois threw at them in that game, and just kind of got away. I thought the Hawks could get a double-digit lead in the second half. They could have held on to that, but again, the missed free throws. But they shut that crowd up many times. It was getting loud, and all of a sudden Keegan would hit a shot, Chris would hit a shot, somebody would hit. Tony Perkins was phenomenal. He'd make a big play, and just very proud of the Hawkeyes.
It was pretty quiet when Chris Murray let that 3 go from the far corner as time expired. It looked good all the way.
Yeah, it did.
And it took a lap around the iron and squirted out, not to be. But, yeah, you just love those kinds of games where you come right down to the end and you got a chance to win, especially on the road in a tough environment, right?
Absolutely.
You played many of those.
Yeah, it gets nerve-wracking. There's no doubt about it. But guys at the free throw line, and Williams makes 1 of 2 to put the Illini up 2. You're taking your timeouts, working it. Tony Perkins, the end 1, got the Hawks within 2. So, that as I talked with Coach McCaffrey after the game, I said that'll make your team stronger. It'll galvanize this group of guys that they know they can go into an environment like that. Now, moving forward, you're not going to have that hostility in these arenas. It's going to be somewhat of a neutral court there in Indianapolis, and then wherever you're assigned to the NCAA tournament. But that was giving it your all right there, Gary. I know those kids were exhausted, as was Coach McCaffrey after the game.
Well, it's fun to speculate where the Hawks will be going in the NCAA tournament, but we'll do that later. Let's get the Big Ten victories rolling for the conference championship. The official representative of the Big Ten will be the conference tournament winner. And the Hawks have won 2 of these, so and they finished runner-up a couple times. So it's not unfamiliar ground.
Yeah, took the words right out of my mouth. I can remember 3 times that we've been there on Sunday, winning it twice, and 4 games in 4 nights, and you just keep changing your clothes and coming out and go over to the arena. People don't realize what you're wearing, but sometimes you got to double up if you get a little deeper into the weekend. But we need to get to that. We didn't get to go last year, so we didn't get to see the Hawkeyes on the Saturday game. But always get a chance to see Jim Nance, our old buddy from CBS, if you can stick around to the weekend.
Yeah, and between now and then, there's going to be a lot of basketball played. If you're heading down to Indianapolis, we invite you to stop by and say hi. We'll when we come back, we'll run over the pairings for this weekend. In the meantime, the all Big Ten teams will be coming out here in the next few days. I think tomorrow night, right? Tomorrow night we'll find out who the player of the year is in the league, and is it going to be Keegan Murray? Is it going to be Johnny Davis or E.J. Liddell or Kofi Coburn or Hunter Dickinson? There are plenty of candidates, Bobby, but for my money, it's got to be Keegan Murray.
Yeah, the way he's played consistently all season long, Gary. Defenses are throttled up, geared up to stop him, and he still hangs 25 and 10 on him every single night. So smooth, so effortless that he got my vote. I submitted that yesterday afternoon prior to the game, and as my coach of the year, I voted Coach Fran McCaffery as my coach of the year.
Mr. Double, Keegan Murray, and of course others will. Chris Murray might be the 6th man of the year. Tony Perkins might be named to the all-defensive team. He certainly is deserving of that, particularly since being inserted into the starting lineup as the off guard. Man, was he big last night.
Yeah, he was unstoppable. Really looking at his line there, Tony Perkins played 35 minutes, 6 out of 13, 2 of 3 from three-point land. His free throw shooting was 3 for 7, but he had 12 rebounds, 4 offensively, 17 points, 5 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, and he had just a good overall all-around game. And a couple different plays I remember. Andre Curbelo jumping over the top of him, kicking him in the face, and no foul called. Tony completed the play, I think. Knocked down a basket in there tight. But he's so strong, upper body strength. And as Fran mentioned, he rebounds for a guard. And that's what you need against a team like Illinois, your guards to get in there and scrum it out.
That's what you need in the NCAA tournament. And Tony is revved up. We had him on our post-game show last night as our star of the game. And his game has become becoming just like his articulation. He's getting better and better by the minute every night out. Well, thanks for joining us on the Hawkeye Radio Network. Our final Hawk Talk with Coach McCaffrey from the Hyatt Regency, Coralville's Edgewater Grill and Bar, featuring an extended happy hour until 8:30 tonight. By the way, we'll draw our season-long grand prize winner at 8 o'clock. For those folks that have been coming here each and every week, they get to sign up for an overnight stay in the hotel's presidential suite, breakfast at the Edgewater Grill, an appetizer and beer flight at Back Pocket Brewery, and dinner at the Iowa Athletic Club. That's Bump's place out at Finkbine.
No, Dolph. There's a new one right over here.
Right up the street. What am I thinking of?
Well,
okay.
The lights are out right now.
Yeah, well, old habits are hard to break. I'm thinking of the old athletic club on
that's
campus.
Gone now.
Yeah, boy, is that a fashionable, good-looking place up the street here, the Iowa Athletic Club. And a basketball signed by Coach McCaffrey. But we need you to stop by the Edgewater Grill tonight before 8 or for your chance to win. You can still sign up this evening between now and 8 o'clock. So come on by. We'll get your name in the hopper, and shortly we will draw. Meanwhile, for St. Patrick's Day, again, a reminder, 2-for-1 Guinness here at the Edgewater Grill and Bar. Hawk Talk this evening and every Monday night is brought to you by by Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, and Bud Light. Bud Light proudly welcomes back Hawk fans to basketball games this year. It was great to see everybody back at Carver Hawkeye Arena this season. Bud Light is for the fans. We'll come right back. Let me tell you how you can reach Coach McCaffrey through social media. Twitter at Gary Dolphin or at Iowa_Learfield or at hashtag Hawk Talk. And then on Facebook, it's facebook.com/Voice of the Hawks or HSP Learfield. This is Hawk Talk with Coach McCaffrey from Learfield.
Anything can happen when the Cyclones and Hawkeyes come to compete. It's where the rubber meets the road. Neighbors become rivals and friends become foes. Some go home broken-hearted, while others are victorious. When the dust finally settles, one thing stands true. No matter which side you're on, you're part of tradition for those who are Iowan through and through. We're Iowa Corn, a proud sponsor of the Iowa Corn Cy-Hawk Series. In Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer. IRC Beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
This is John.
Hey, my name is John Jackson.
He's not some actor. He's a steward of the land with a John Deere 3 Series tractor and a PTO Quick Connect that hooks up rear implements with a single click. John runs with us because to him, there's nothing more important than connecting with the land. Nothing runs like a Deere. Hear John's story at Deere.com.
Stop by your local John Deere dealer for a test drive today or learn more at Deere.com. Your Iowa John Deere dealers, proud sponsors of Hawkeye basketball.
When you build a network locally engineered for the home team, you know how important a strong connection is on game day. So you give every fan in town access to 5G at no extra charge. Now, when you switch to US Cellular, you can get unlimited 5G data for only $30 a month with 4 lines. Join the nationwide network built from your town up and stay connected to your home team with US Cellular 5G. Switch today and get unlimited 5G data for only $30 a month with 4 lines. Terms apply. 5G not available everywhere. See uscellular.com for details.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly transformed Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center. Located in the heart of the Iowa River Landing, walking distance to Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeyes volleyball team, as well as some great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency is the new home of Hawk Talk with Fran McCaffery this fall. Come find your place at Hyatt Regency, where we care for people so they can be their best.
We're back on Hawk Talk with Iowa basketball coach Fran McCaffery from the Edgewater Grill and Bar inside the Hyatt Regency. For you Hawk fans headed for the Big Ten tournament coming up later this week, the Hawkeyes will play around 1 o'clock Iowa time Thursday afternoon against the winner of Nebraska and Northwestern. We'll be on the air roughly at noon with our pregame coverage here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. There will be a Hawkeye huddle, and it's going to be at the Tin Roof. The Tin Roof on South Pennsylvania Street, 36 South Pennsylvania Street. Well, that's appropriate. Fran's from Philly, so we'll see you all on South Pennsylvania Street in Indianapolis at the Tin Roof, and that'll be a couple hours before tip-off. Now, are you from South Philly, or I can't remember? That's South Philly, aren't you?
No.
Oh, no.
I'm from Northwest Philly.
Northwest Philly. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I wonder if they can change their address for the Tin Roof. We'll figure it out. But, hey, congratulations on a great season, a great effort last night. Came up a little bit short. Wonderful win at Michigan. So, all in all, it was a good week for the Hawkeyes. Very competitive. Could have easily come away with 2 victories instead of a split. But you'll take that. Some good momentum to play off of heading to Indianapolis, Fran.
Yeah, Dolph, I thought we played really well at Michigan. You can't play much better. You kind of let start to finish. It was their senior night. They had come off a big win against Michigan State. So really impressed with how everybody played that night. And then went on the road again for another senior night. And, really battled. We had a great first half, and then the second half we had that scoring drought. And then coming down the stretch, we did some really good things, and then we missed some free throws, which normally, eliminates your chance to win. But the way the guys continued to fight and put themselves in a position to win, great execution on the last 2 offensive possessions by all of the guys that were out there. It was really impressive. You got a 3. I thought it was in. It was
looked
really good shooter, shooting a really good shot. Great play by Tony. Great play by Keegan. To make the one more pass.
Great ball movement, period.
Yeah,
possession.
And then 3 guys on the glass trying to tip it in, that kind of thing. So, a lot of positives.
And, Coach, you got out rebounded in Iowa City in December by, 20 or 30, but hung tight with them here and the other night, last night, and Tony Perkins was right in the middle of it.
He did a great job on the glass. We were leading most of the game on the glass. I think we ended up -3. But it's amazing. You lose by 2, and then here we get out rebounded by 29 and lose by 4. So every game's different. And we didn't shoot it great, but we just kept coming, and uncharacteristic for us to shoot free throws the way we did. But look at the positive. We got fouled coming down the stretch, and had a chance to go to the free throw line.
Don't you think that environment last night, the way the guys competed despite the loss, is really gonna help you this week?
It will. Really intense atmosphere. They're playing for a share of the championship, and the place was packed. It was really loud, and we just kept our composure. Anything short of that, you're gonna get blown out. That's the bottom line. They've blown a lot of teams out this year with that place, and our guys just kept coming.
What were your conversations like today with the team, assuming you met with them? But
yeah, we watched film. Very businesslike. I said I'm really pleased with how we maintained our composure in a tough environment, like I just said, and then executed when we had to. Execution becomes really important when the free throws aren't dropping. A couple threes didn't go in, whatever. So you hung in there. We managed the clock. We managed the score. We had a last shot. Now let's go break it down and look at the good things we did, look at the mistakes we made, and try to be better on Thursday.
Coach, Peyton Sandfort came in there, did not play, didn't get on the court against Michigan, and you go to him in this environment. The freshman stepped up big time, hit three out of 3.
Yeah, the thing about him, he's a really good player. I thought maybe the best play he made was the lob over the top, a quick catch and thread the needle right over the top. We had a mismatch situation. They do a lot of switching, especially 1 through 4. Not so much with Kofi, but with the 1 through 4. So when that happened, like you don't have you got to make a quick decision. He gets it out of his hands quick through it. So he had 3 for 3, but he also had a big time assist there. Solid, defensively, and the thing for him is when he slows down, good things happen. He was a little rushed a couple other games, and like I said after the Michigan game, I always feel bad because I feel like I want to get him in. Like he deserves to play. And we just had that lineup on the floor in Michigan in the second half, the veteran group that just got us home, and we stuck with that.
Fran, on that note, Bobby, you brought it up, Libby in Cedar Rapids on Facebook. I love watching Peyton Sandfort, Coach. I love watching him play, not just shoot. What do you consider him future-wise for a position? At what position? He seems very versatile.
He is versatile, and I don't think you really want to pigeonhole him into a position because he's a really good rebounder. So you can play him at the, in the traditional forward position, small forward. Mm-hmm. You can play him and Patrick together because now you have 6'7", 6'8". They both can rebound. But really good shooter, so you can run some stuff for him. You move him around, you put him in the 2 spot, you put him in the 3 spot. But he can bring it down. He can handle the ball. So not that you're going to play him at point, but he can rebound it and push it, and everybody else can fill. That's where his versatility comes in, especially in transition.
Well, he can shoot from all over the landscape.
Yeah, his range is unlimited, and he gets it off quick. That thing hits his hands and it's gone. So we ran a set for him coming out of a timeout, and it was a good screen, but they were fighting hard over the screen, and they couldn't get there in time because it was already gone.
And Coach, let's go to the inside game. Kofi and then Hunter Dickinson. You had and Diabate the other night at Michigan. Really good defense. I like the plan. Kind of a soft double team. Waited till he made a move, then you came, and he was confused. Made some turnovers, and then what do you do against the big guy Kofi? You may see him again.
Yeah, we got to do a better job with our double teams. Our double teams were a little bit late. We did force him to a couple turnovers, which was good. But a lot of times his best offense is going back, put his own misses back in. Yeah. He just pushes you right out of the way. You hold your ground a little bit. But, one of the reasons why they're so good is the three-point shooting weapons that they have. So if you do sit on top of him, Plummer, Frazier, Grandison didn't play, but Hawkins, he's a good three-point shooter. And then you have Melendez and Goody come in. They make threes. So you got a lot of three-point shooters that is going to stretch the defense a little bit. So if you're going to get your double team there, you got to get there quick.
Coach, Marcus and Norwalk, who do we match up better with, Northwestern or Nebraska? And I know you don't have a dog in that hunt, but why don't you talk about both Northwestern and Nebraska? You beat them both here recently. And set that up for us on Thursday.
I don't think you can look too much at what happened here with Northwestern. They, Boo Boo, we didn't play. When he played,
sick.
He was sick. Yeah, played 3 minutes. So they get him back. They're a different team. Pete Nance was not himself. I think he was a little under the weather as well. So he, of course, had a big game the other day against Minnesota. So you got to look at them differently. Nebraska, same thing. Now they played hard and they played well against us up there. Here we got them pretty good up there. It was a really tough game, and they haven't lost since. And they're winning on the road. So they beat Iowa State. They beat Wisconsin. They're playing hard. They're playing together. They beat Wisconsin without Bryce McGowan. So both teams are tough. We'll have an opportunity to watch them both play on Wednesday. We'll take the team over. We'll scout them. We'll be over there watching, and we'll get ready to play Thursday.
As you've said, too, you're not surprised that Nebraska is playing this way. They've been close all season long.
Well, we've said, look at their personnel. Their players are good players. They hadn't clicked, and Fred has really been working hard to get that to happen. And, it happened, before the season was over. They've won 3 in a row. They played really well about the last 5 or 6 games. And quite frankly, they're like a different team.
Coach, one more before we go to break here. John from Boone. Tony Perkins incredibly stepped up his play as the season has worn on. Is there one thing you attribute that to? Well, maturity is certainly part of it. He's getting more playing time. He's developing confidence. He's out there competing. He's able to make some mistakes and stay on the floor. He can always score. He can always defend. He always competes really hard and always plays at a high energy level. But
he's always been a pretty good shooter too, and he had that stretch where he wasn't shooting it as well from the outside, but now he's hit some, he's getting comfortable, and that's been fun to watch. He's really playing like a veteran, even though technically he's still a freshman.
Yeah, that's
right.
Yeah, he really has. Keegan Murray, Big Ten Player of the Week. That's 6 times.
Yeah, and deserves it.
Sure does.
He was. It's interesting because he was really down on himself after the game, and I thought he played tremendously well. He missed some shots he normally makes. I thought he could have maybe shot a couple more free throws. I might have pointed that out throughout the course of the game.
We saw you pointing.
I might have brought that up. But the thing about him is, like, he doesn't sell it. He just plays through. If he gets fouled and they don't call it, he just runs back. He doesn't fall down.
Doesn't flop
like some other folks in our league.
Yeah,
they're going straight to Hollywood when the season's over.
Keegan averaged 24 points and 12 rebounds, 3 block shots, nearly 3 assists for this past week. 26 and 18 against Northwestern in a victory, 23 and 7 in a win over Michigan, and of course 22 and 11 with 4 blocks. I thought that really set the tempo early for the Hawks last night. Got them off and running the block shots.
Well, Phillips in there wrestling with the big fella.
Yeah.
So you got to come from the weak side and block. At least you can time up when he's going. You can kind of read when he's going to go up for a jump hook or a turnaround jumper, and then you go get it. It's hard to block the shot of the guy when you're guarding him and he's scoring right. He's trying to score right in your face.
But your double teams were there early on, which motivated the team, I thought.
They were, and we just have to do better next time.
That's Coach McCaffrey with Bobby Hansen. I'm Gary Dolphin. Thanks for joining us tonight on Hawk Talk from the Edgewater Grill and Bar inside the Hyatt Regency. And we invite you to stop out for Easter with the Hyatt Regency Coralville's breakfast with the Bunny. Yeah, the Easter Bunny will be here on Saturday, April 16th from 9 to 11 a.m. Bring your family in for the event. It'll feature an expansive breakfast buffet, including a Belgian waffle bar and more. Kids will get a chance to have a photo with the Easter Bunny, participate in the Easter egg hunt, jump in the bounce house, plus even more activities. To grab your tickets today, call Lindsay here at the Hyatt Regency. Give Lindsay a shout at 319-887-5004, 319-887-5004, or visit eventbrite.com. That's eventbrite, all one word, .com. Hawk Talk is brought to you by Iowa Corn. We know that Iowa grows a lot of corn, but in reality, corn grows Iowa. Corn grows our livestock, economy, and our athletes. Put on your best face for the Iowa Corn Cam and follow Iowa Corn on Facebook to be corn-fed. Hawks will put their best face on when they head to Indy this week. They'll head down there and watch that first-round game. Either Northwestern or Nebraska is who Iowa will face on Thursday afternoon. We'll be on the air around noon with our pregame coverage, 1 o'clock or thereabouts with the opening tip. In fact, we'll go over the pairings when we come back next on Hawk Talk with Fran McCaffery from Learfield.
What are you craving? The Wig and Pin in Ankeny, across from DMAC, is proud to offer dine-in and carry-out. Home of the famous Flying Tomato Pizza and Chicago-style deep dish, The Wig has all of your favorites, including thin crust pizza, appetizers, lots of sandwiches like the Turkey Club and Reuben, soups and salads you'll love, and a full bar. Call to order or just come on in for lunch and dinner. The Wig and Pin in Ankeny. What are you craving?
Hi, Hawk fans. This is Gary Dolphin. I've been telling you about Authentic Brand's superb Hawkeye gear. But did you know Authentic Brand by TCB Companies is an official outfitter of well-known enterprises and organizations, including iHeartRadio Group and Learfield? The style and comfort and great looks of Authentic Brand gear, both sporty and professional, will give your image a boost. Outfit your personal and professional life in Authentic Brand gear.
After a cancer diagnosis, it's natural to want to start treatment right away. But first, get a second opinion from a team that specializes in your cancer. I'm Dr. George Weiner, Director of University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. Before you start treatment, you deserve to be confident you have the right diagnosis and know every option available to you. So whether it's with us or somewhere else, get a second opinion. It can change your care and your life.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
Anything can happen when the Cyclones and Hawkeyes come to compete. It's where the rubber meets the road. Neighbors become rivals and friends become foes. Some go home broken-hearted, while others are victorious. When the dust finally settles, one thing stands true. No matter which side you're on, you're part of tradition for those who are Iowan through and through. We're Iowa Corn, a proud sponsor of the Iowa Corn Cy-Hawk Series. In Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa.
During the month of March, everyone seems to be Irish. Unfortunately, no one's luck is immune to the consequences of drunk driving. For too many Americans, St. Patrick's Day has ended in tragedy due to drunk drivers getting behind the wheel. You can't rely on a four-leaf clover to keep you safe. You have to make your own luck. Designate a sober driver. This message is brought to you by the Iowa Department of Public Safety, the Governor's Traffic Safety Bureau, and your local law enforcement.
Hawk Talk with Iowa basketball coach Fran McCaffery. We're back. Welcome, everybody, to the Hyatt Regency. It's been a terrific season of Iowa basketball, and we can't thank Matt Trato, Matt Hill, and the crew here at the Hyatt Regency enough. So I'll let Coach thank your good friend Matt T right now. They've been gracious hosts, and the waitresses have been super. The bartenders are spot on, and evidence by the crowd we have here tonight, Coach.
Great crowd tonight. You know, we've been working with Matt for years. You know, as good as it gets in this profession. He knows how to take care of people, and this is just a great environment. The food's awesome. The people are great. And it's been a lot of fun. It's our last one.
He took care of a couple wrestling teams at 3 o'clock this morning that were trying to get back home from Lincoln, Nebraska, and ran into the snowstorm that was heading their way. And he was telling me Northwestern pulled in here in the wee hours. Said, "Would you have any rooms?" And Matt, they called Matt, and he got it done. Yeah. Whether it was here or other hotels around town to help him out. So. Yeah,
he's the best at that, and he just knows how to take care of people. Like I said,
that's that Iowa. What do they call it? Iowa kind.
Looking for Matt. He's blushing right now.
Yeah, and he doesn't blush often. But Coach, since we're talking about the great state of Iowa, we mentioned this a little bit on the pregame show yesterday with what happened in Winterset on the weekend. Today they announced it was an F4 tornado, about 175 mile-an-hour winds. Sadly, 6 people lost their lives around Winterset. Another person was killed in Sheridan, the home of our great friends at Hy-Vee. And so we think about those people tonight. We'll think about them a lot this week as we head into March Madness.
So true, Dolph. You know, it puts perspective on, you know, wins and losses when it comes to basketball games, when you think about, you know, life and death. And, you know, we just, you know, want those people to know, and I said this in the post-game press conference, I said it in the pregame show with you, you know, the Hawkeye family is thinking about them and praying for them, and, you know, helping they get through this. I mean, it's devastating to a community, but there'll be a lot of support, you know, from everybody in this state.
And as we go to boys state tournament this week, Winterset's actually in the field of 8, I think, for 2A. They play Marion. 4 plays 5. Yeah. Okay. So
Abby is from Winterset on Lisa Bluter's staff. So we think about Abby tonight.
Yes.
And her relatives. And of course, we know we talk about Iowa strong. We know Winterset is strong because John Wayne's from Winterset, the Duke. So we don't make light of anything regarding the Storm, but we want the folks in Central Iowa to know what we're thinking about them, and
exactly
wish them all the best. Coach, Twitter and Facebook are blowing up tonight. Tim, Coach, what is the schedule like for the next few days with the tournament on the front doorstep? Tomorrow, I know you leave for Indy tomorrow.
We're going to practice here tomorrow, and then we'll eat on the way out of town, and then we will head down there, and we'll start meeting And now we don't know who we're going to play, so we're just going to focus on us tomorrow. We're going to try to get better. Going to get them up and down, get some shots up. We'll have an eye on a little bit to both teams. And then on Wednesday, we'll practice down there. And then the players and the coach will obviously be scouting. We're scouting all the games, but we'll all go to that one for sure. All the players will go to that one. And so that way they'll be watching both the game, and they'll know which team we're playing. And we'll come back and have a meeting, and then we'll play the next day.
Had a couple buddies call me today and go, okay, 10 for whatever it was, 22 at the foul line last night. What does coach do? You don't want to overplay it or overblow it. Every team has a bad day at the free throw line, but they wanted to know, do they get up a bunch of extra free throws today in practice?
They will. Yeah, they came in on their own. All those guys came in on their own and shot, and that's what you want. Today was an off day. We got back very late last night. We flew into a snowstorm, and then it took us about an hour to get to to where we park. Right up the street. From Eastern Iowa Airport. Which should take 15 minutes.
It was slick. Yeah.
It was. The roads hadn't been plowed yet, so we took our time. So guys took care of business academically and today, and had some time. If they need to see Brad. They got any nicks and bruises, and then we'll get after it tomorrow.
You mentioned Philip wrestling with Kofi. How's his body? I mean, his chest has got to be pounded.
Yeah, he's a tough dude now.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
He's a tough kid.
He's a tough
dude. He's given up, 60 pounds. But he's in there fighting. You don't have to worry about that with him. I was really proud of him last night.
I was talking to Philip yesterday. His Serbia, his home country, is about a day's drive to Ukraine, and he does, although he doesn't have any close relatives in that neighborhood, he certainly has a lot of people that his family is familiar with near the border, and so they have a lot on their mind with what's going on.
Sure do.
So we wish Philip's family in Serbia all the best, and hopefully that has a peaceful resolve. Coach, it's good to see Patrick here tonight. He did not make the trip yesterday. How's he doing? Do you expect him to play?
He said he feels more like himself finally. I mean, he was not feeling well at all. He had the hip thing from the Nebraska game. He tried to play against Michigan. It was sore, but then he got sick. So he flu-like, and then he needed to get some rest and get some medicine in him. But now he's back eating, feeling better. We'll get him ready for Thursday.
Perfect. And we missed his 11 points and 4 rebound average. Although I'll say everybody moved up a notch and they all gave great effort.
It's opportunity for somebody else has to step up. We talk about all season long, and we have great depth. You want your leading scorers, but it's just an opportunity for somebody else to step up, and they did.
Now, rarely is Jordan Bohannon shut out. How was he today?
Well, he's fine. The thing about it is he got those 2 quick fouls, so he didn't play much in the first half.
Set it back,
I put him in at the end, ran to play for him, and he had one go in and out on him. We had a great look at it in the second half, and then we were scrambling defensively, so we put the defensive unit out there, and then I put him in for the stretch run because we need to have our veteran guys that know how to win. He's played really well down there over the years.
Before we take a break, Coach, let's go back to the McCaffrey family. Marcus on Facebook, or excuse me. Yeah, Marcus on Facebook, or Keith on Twitter. I'm getting ahead of myself. Is there coaching in Connor's future? That's what he wants to know.
Margaret just yelled no.
Oh, no?
I think there might be.
I heard,
but
he's too smart to be a coach.
Wizard.
Now wait a minute. I'm sitting next to a Wharton Business School graduate. Don't tell me he's not too smart to coach. Well, he could coach if he wanted to.
I think it's something that he really thinks about a lot, and I think he would enjoy the opportunity. His mind just works incredibly differently, and his impact on the floor is so great because he's constantly telling everybody where to go, what to do, and the players have such respect for him because they know he's unselfish and he's going to. Yesterday we threw it ahead to him. He ripped and drove it across the court, hits Keegan for a 3. The 1-3 that Bohannon had in the second half was off of his screen. He's waving to bring the ball. During timeouts, he'll say, I'll say let's run stack back. Say let's run stack back counter. They're going to jump the pick. He'll be wide open on a throwback. That kind of thought process.
Mentality.
Instead of just saying, okay, coach said run this, we're going to run it. He'll say, well, no, I think they're going to jump the pick. So if we run this, it'll work better than that. Which is what you want. That's the kind of input you want from your guys on the court.
Another coach on the floor, indeed. All right, we'll take a timeout. Coach McCaffrey is here for your thoughts and comments on Facebook or Twitter. On Twitter at Gary Dolphin, and Facebook, it's facebook.com/Voice of the Hawks. We have some special guests here tonight, courtesy of Authentic Brand. Authentic Brand. Ron and Deb Strieger, or Strieger? Did I get that right? Okay. Welcome from Muscatine. The home of Murray Weir, the great consensus All-American for the Iowa Hawkeyes back in the 40s, led the NCAA in scoring. We now have Murray's jersey raised to the rafters at Carver Hawkeye Arena. So welcome to the Striegers here from Muscatine. They're the winners of the Hawkeye apparel from Authentic Brand and dinner tonight here at the Hyatt Regency. Authentic Brand is a proud partner, not only outfitting our broadcast crew, but outfitting thousands of fans on game day. Outfit your life in Authentic Brand gear and give your personal and professional image a boost at authentic-brand.com. That's authentic-brand.com. Thanks to Clark Fessler and the crew over in Perry for their support of Hawkeye athletics. And rep your school in the next level Rocket League Spring Showcase. Compete to take home the championship and part of the $125,000 prize pool. Like this opportunity, food is too good to be wasted. With Hellman's, you can save more and waste less. Registration closes March 27th. Sign up now at levelnextesports.com. That's levelnextesports.com. More of your thoughts, your questions, your comments here on Twitter and Facebook for Coach McCaffrey, our final Hawk Talk program for the year. Up next as Iowa prepares for the Big Ten tournament on Thursday. This is Hawk Talk with Fran McCaffery from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you, because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
In Iowa, we grow corn, a lot of corn. We love seeing our farmers in the fields, and although they're perfect strangers, we know them. We know them by their equipment covered in dust. We know them by their work ethic, where days off don't exist. We know them by the way they wave, passing strangers alike on a two-lane road. We know them in the midst of our kitchen as we prepare another family meal. In Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. The Iowa corn farmers are proud to be on the sidelines for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? Let's break it down. Innovative tech means smarter and safer driving. Intelligent all-wheel drive will keep you ready for anything. And built Ford tough trucks will always get the job done. Plus, come into your local Ford store today and get super low APR financing, big cash back, and great lease offers on Ford's full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
When you build a network locally engineered for the home team, you know how important a strong connection is on game day. So you give every fan in town access to 5G at no extra charge. Now, when you switch to US Cellular, you can get unlimited 5G data for only $30 a month with 4 lines. Join the nationwide network built from your town up and stay connected to your home team with US Cellular 5G. Switch today and get unlimited 5G data for only $30 a month with 4 lines. Terms apply. 5G not available everywhere. See uscellular.com for details.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery. Slash delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beer, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, we're back on Hawk Talk here at the Hyatt Regency. Gary Dolphin with Coach McCaffrey and Bobby Hansen. Yeah, I mentioned Murray Weir from Muscatine. I should have mentioned Joe Wieskamp in the same breath, but we'll give Murray his due. When Joe's jersey's hanging up there in the rafters, we'll put Joe on an equal plane with Murray Weir. But no, I kid. Joe Wieskamp, drafted by the San Antonio Spurs. Bobby, what are you hearing? He's doing well, right?
Yeah, he got a new contract, converted the two-way to a standard NBA
terrific
rookie minimum, which is a really good deal for Joe.
It was great to see Luka Garza back a week or so ago with his ceremony and the jersey and the retired number, and of course Joe Wieskamp, one of the outstanding players indeed in the Fran McCaffery era. So we wish Joe all the best as he proceeds on with his NBA career. U.S. Bank scoreboard time. At U.S. Bank, we know when you invest in a community, the community invests in you. U.S. Bank is committed to providing high-quality, innovative products and services that meet the needs and demands of our customers. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Of course, March Madness is officially here with all the conference tournaments starting today and proceeding on through the week, including the Big Ten tournament down in Indianapolis. The Horizon League Championship semifinals are in play. Wright State has a 61-48 lead on Cleveland State, with 6 minutes to go in the second half. Also in the Sun Belt, we see where Georgia State leads Louisiana 65-55. In the Southern Conference title, the championship game, Chattanooga and Furman. Chattanooga has a 2-point lead on Furman at 48-46. Now to the CAA championship, the semifinals. Delaware has defeated Towson 69-56. Back to the Summit League, South Dakota State is in the title game after beating South Dakota 83-60. So South Dakota State moves on. Also, later tonight in the CAA semifinals, Charleston will take on North Carolina Wilmington. And out west, top-ranked Gonzaga in the West Coast Conference begins defense of its title. The Zags will host San Francisco. In the other Summit League semifinal, it's Oral Roberts versus North Dakota State. Those are some of the conference tournament semifinal rounds going on this evening as we proceed on with our U.S. Bank scoreboard update. The Hawkeyes will take on the winner of Nebraska and Northwestern on Thursday afternoon at the home of the Pacers, downtown Indianapolis. So you can join us with our pregame coverage, Bobby and I. You'll hear from Coach McCaffrey then versus whoever the Hawks play. Fred Hoiberg's or Chris Collins' team, Nebraska Northwestern. But our pregame coverage will start around noon, and tip-off is set for around 1 o'clock, or 25 minutes after the game that precedes us, which involves the Michigan Wolverines. In fact, it'd be a good time to give the pairings while we speak here. Indiana and Michigan play the first game on Thursday. Now, Wednesday night, it's Nebraska versus Penn State. The Hawks get the winner of that game about a half an hour after Michigan and Indiana conclude on Thursday. The other side of the bracket has Minnesota facing Maryland. That'll be in the nightcap. On Wednesday, the Gophers and the Terps. The winner of that game plays Michigan State on Thursday. The other Thursday quarterfinal, second round game will be Northwestern versus Ohio State. No, that can't be right. Yeah, that is right. No. Nebraska. Oh, wait a minute. We had Nebraska playing Northwestern, right? Okay.
Yep, and Maryland, Michigan State.
Okay, I'll have Corey update that. We'll come back with that in just a minute. That's our U.S. Bank scoreboard update. Back with more of your questions for Coach McCaffrey in just a minute. This is Hawk Talk from Learfield.
After a cancer diagnosis, it's natural to want to start treatment right away. But first, get a second opinion from a team that specializes in your cancer. I'm Dr. George Weiner, Director of University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. Before you start treatment, you deserve to be confident you have the right diagnosis and know every option available to you. So whether it's with us or somewhere else, get a second opinion. It can change your care and your life.
When you build a network locally engineered for the home team, you know how important a strong connection is on game day. So you give every fan in town access to 5G at no extra charge. Now, when you switch to US Cellular, you can get unlimited 5G data for only $30 a month with 4 lines. Join the nationwide network built from your town up and stay connected to your home team with US Cellular 5G. Switch today and get unlimited 5G data for only $30 a month with 4 lines. Terms apply. 5G not available everywhere. See uscellular.com for details.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
There's a sense of pride that comes from the life of a farmer. How many people can say they have a famous tan named after them, or be known for their wave when they drive past neighbors and strangers alike on a 2-lane road? Whether it's a farmer's tan or the farmer's wave, we are proud to be known for a lot of things. We feel that pride every night at the dinner table, knowing we feed our family and yours. Iowa Corn is proud to be on the sidelines cheering on the Iowa Hawkeyes. In Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa.
Ladies, Gary Dolphin here. Authentic Brand's stylish line of products are designed by ladies for ladies. You will love the unique Hawkeye options available for your next tailgate. These same Authentic Brand styles are available to outfit your professional life as well. With Authentic Brand by TCB Companies, you'll look your best at the game, work, or anywhere in between. Outfit your life today at authentic-brand.com. Authentic Brand by TCB Companies.
All right, we're back on Hawk Talk with Coach Fran McCaffery and Bobby Hansen. My broadcasting sidekick, the Hawks will take on the winner of Nebraska Northwestern in the Big Ten tournament on Thursday afternoon, about noon for our pregame coverage, 1 o'clock for the tip-off. Now, let me give you the pairings that are accurate here. Nebraska Northwestern, and then Minnesota plays Penn State on Wednesday night. On Thursday, the first game out of the gate is Indiana, Michigan, followed by Iowa versus the winner of Nebraska and Northwestern. After that game, the evening session has Maryland taking on Michigan State in the first game. That's the 6:30 game. Immediately following, it'll be Ohio State taking on the winner of Minnesota and Penn State. The quarterfinals are on Friday, the semifinals on Saturday, and the championship game at 2:30 Iowa time on Sunday afternoon, and we hope to be there to call it for you. All kinds of action going on tonight. The Furman-Chattanooga game has just gone to overtime. Chattanooga leads 53-51 over Furman.
Now they just tied it, though.
Can't keep up here, Coach. That's in the SoCon, or the Southern Conference Championship. That's your old league. Greensboro, right?
2001, we were in this game. Courtney Eldridge was bringing it down for us. My assistant here.
Courtney was outstanding.
What year, Fran?
2001.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it looks like a full house.
We played Chattanooga, as a matter of fact. Yeah. We scored with 2.9 seconds. We're down 1. We went home run, and David Shook laid it in, and
game over.
Well, there was I think they gave him 1.1. So we needed one more stop, and we got it.
Got it.
Yeah. And you were on your way to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah. It's a one-bid league, so there's a lot riding on this game. There's a lot of pressure on these kids.
Sure.
Winner goes, loser goes home. I mean, I think both of these teams deserve postseason. I would think the loser would go to the NIT.
Where's this being played at tonight?
This is in Asheville, North Carolina.
Asheville, North Carolina. Yeah. Okay. And it's back and forth.
Sometimes the mid-major leagues go to site of the higher seed. Like the Patriot League, Colgate versus Navy will be at Colgate. But sometimes the conference will choose to have their conference tournament at one location where all the games are at one place. And that's what they did. You know, that the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, the MAC, where I used to coach at Siena, theirs is in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
And Coach, you brought him up, Courtney Eldridge. We hadn't had a chance to really talk with Courtney. We had all the assistants on over the course of the Hawk Talk. Talk about his future as a coach and what he was as a player.
Well, first of all, he's the toughest guy on any block. You know, so as a player, it was phenomenal. You know, he's one of those guys that was really, really fast and really, really crafty. And sometimes, you know, guys like him get stereotyped. Well, he's just a great athlete. But what he is and what he was is incredibly cerebral, that's the difference between being good and great. You're really athletic, you're really talented, but you're also really smart. All right, well, now you figure out how to outplay the guy that lines up in front of you, and that's what he did. He engineered victory for us in a big way, and then he played many years overseas. I mean, he played in the Euro League, which is really hard for a 5'10" point guard. It's hard to get jobs in the Euro League. You know, you earn your way to the Euro League. Mm-hmm. So he was playing over there for a long time, and then got out of it, you know, retired, and then I hired him, and thrilled that we did. A phenomenal addition to our program. And then, of course, his son, Dante, played with Patrick, the state finalist his senior year. Actually, I think this was Patrick's junior year, Dante's senior year.
Is he still playing?
Yeah, they lost in the championship. He plays at Kirkwood.
Okay.
They had the championship game on Saturday, I think it was. They played DMAC. The winner would have gone to the NCAA tournament. So we were really pulling for Dante, but they got knocked off.
Oh, congratulations.
He's at Kirkwood, yeah.
Trevor Smith, who used to be on our staff, is on the DMAC staff. So Trev's a good dude.
Yeah, good basketball all around.
Let's pause 10 seconds here for station identification on the Hawk Talk program with Coach McCaffrey. As always, we're at the Hyatt Regency, Coralville's Edgewater Grill and Bar. 10-second ID break. You're listening to Hawk Talk with Fran McCaffery. And back to Facebook and Twitter we go for Coach McCaffrey. Franz Sven wants to know, with all the on-ball screening in college basketball, it appears that a lot of the screeners step into the defender and they're seldom called for a moving screen. Have they changed the rules on screening?
No, it's probably the most difficult thing to, you know, other than the block charge. You know, who's moving into who, you know, if you're putting your hands on somebody. Like yesterday, if you remember, Connor had a turnover because Phillip went to screen and he knocked the defender into Connor while he was trying to screen the defender for Connor. So those kinds of things happen. But, you know, you're supposed to be solid on your screen. You're supposed to be set. You're not supposed to move. Matter of fact, you're supposed to have your feet no longer than the width of your shoulders.
Yeah.
Because you know, back in the day, we used to teach, get a wide base.
Wider stance, yeah.
You know, be wider than your shoulders. And the truth of the matter is they don't call that very much, but they should. I mean, that is the rule. You're not supposed to, you know, have your feet, you know, 7 feet apart. You know, it's not supposed to be that way. So
shoulder length or shoulder
width. Yeah, you know, and you got to be still, and you can't turn and but I mean, like you pointed out in the question, you know, with the continuous ball screen action that you see, it's screen, and ball screen. You know, probably could call it every time, and they're not going to do that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sam wants to know, what color uniforms will the Hawks be at the Big Ten tournament? If you go by the pairings, the Hawks are on the home seed line. Is that accurate, or is that up for debate?
No, we would be home, you know, because we'll be the 5. So we would have the opportunity to wear our home uniforms.
I like those gold uniforms with the script Iowa.
Yeah, I think everybody does. Yeah. The players do as well, Dolph.
Okay. Brian says, hey, Coach, Tony Perkins He loves watching Tony play. He particularly he likes his whole game, he said, but he especially likes his ability to rebound. We've talked about that a little bit earlier. I mean, he's got that full back body. He's physical.
Well, the other thing he does is he offensive rebounds. And normally, you don't send your 2 guard to the glass. You get your 1 and your 2 back. You get it centered for defensive balance. You send 3, 4, and 5 to the glass. But he's got a knack. He goes in there and he kind of has a feel for when it's coming off, where it's coming off, and he goes and gets it. He put a couple back in last night, as a matter of fact.
Aaron, go ahead, Bobby.
I'm just going to ask him about last year's Big Ten tournament. It's almost a distant memory because we weren't there. You guys were bubbled up over in Indianapolis. Yes. Just kind of real quickly relay what that was like and how it'll be completely different.
It was really strange, but we were thankful.
Yeah.
We were appreciative of what Danny Gavitt did because, when this, the summer before last season, we were like, are we going to have a season? Are we going to play? Here's Luka. He's deciding whether to come back or not. He's going to come back as long as we're playing. And then there were COVID pauses throughout the course of the season. We got the season in. And then, we went down there. And it was not what you would hope it would be because the players were sort of sequestered. They weren't interacting with their families. You didn't go for walks. You didn't go to restaurants in town. You just kind of, and it was weird because they would bring your food to your room.
You guys didn't get together.
So we didn't even eat as a team.
Oh, wow.
We just, your stuff came in a box and then you ate it in the room. And it felt like because the tournaments ran consecutively, we felt like we were there for a month. But they had a great practice facility set up. They had a great weight room set up. And one day the kids went across the street. There's a minor league baseball field across the street. They played wiffle ball in the baseball stadium, which was really, really good. And they had fun just to get out and do something different, get some fresh air. But we were just trying to stay healthy, and we tested every day to see if anybody would test positive. But first thing we did every day was we went down in the basement and tested. We had a gigantic meeting space where, as the tournament progressed, we were able to go in there and eat together and watch film together. So the tournament gifts were in there. All the managers and everything set up to watch video. And then at least, if you remember the NCAA tournament, they started towards the end of the Big Ten tournament, they let some people come. So when we played Illinois in the semis, there was a fair amount of people there. And then we played the first round NCAA tournament game.
Grand Canyon, wasn't it?
There was a lot of people. They had a couple thousand people. They brought almost a whole. They chartered planes to bring the students across the country.
Yeah. That's amazing.
And then we played, over in the big arena. There was a lot of people for the Oregon game, but that was not full. It was not full, and I'm not sure if they sold all the tickets or they kind of wanted to separate people a little bit. We got a buzzer beater here, Dolph.
Dog pile.
We just
Chattanooga Mocs.
The Mocs hit a shot at the buzzer.
Yeah, but they went down in 2001, Dolph.
So good for them. They won one. Right?
It was the UNCG Spartans doing that right there.
I was just going to ask you, the Spartans.
The Spartans of UNCG.
Well, Furman is stunned, to say the least. But Chattanooga pulls it out at the buzzer down in Asheville, 64-60. This is March Madness, isn't it? This is what it doesn't care what conference.
It seems like it happens every night, doesn't it? Every night,
does in
something
March.
like that happens.
It's crazy. They're counted down at 4.3 seconds to go.
They're down one.
Oh, this is a different. Is this the same?
This is it.
Okay.
There's a shot.
Oh, they're showing the replay. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness! Look at that. Just beyond.
How about that shot?
Just beyond the half court stripe. It wasn't Ron Harper.
How great is that for,
it wasn't Ron Harper. So, do you think that'll be on the final tape?
I mean, that's the worst feeling in the world if you're Furman.
Yeah.
You run a great play. The kid lays the ball up with 4.3. You go up one. You play great defense, essentially. He shoots a contested They're up 2, right? And he shoots a contested three from 36 feet
at least, maybe 40.
Swish.
And 2 seed Furman goes down. Chattanooga, the top seed. So I guess the 2 best teams were really in the championship.
Yeah, that's
game.
a lot of times there's upsets, but those 2 teams deserve to be in that game.
Well, congratulations to the Mocs. They didn't want to play a McCaffrey coach team, but they squeezed the win out over
They sure
Furman.
did.
We'll take
Congratulations.
a break. Yeah, congratulations indeed. That's what makes this tournament the special event that it is. And boy, I tell you what, he muscled it in.
Yeah.
Even he didn't think it was going in. Did you see him heading to the locker room? Watch, there he goes. He's heading to the sideline. Splash down. And now he's ripping the jersey off. That's a great scene. That is the Southern Conference Championship. Chattanooga has beaten Furman at the buzzer. Hawk Talk with Coach McCaffrey is brought to you by Wellmark, Blue Cross and Blue Shield, and the Wellmark 3-point play. For every successful Hawkeye 3, Wellmark contributes to area health projects. That was quite the 3 we just witnessed. Through the program, the Hawkeyes have raised more than $170,000 courtesy of Wellmark. Now the team needs your help in selecting this season's winning community. Nominate your hometown today at wellmark3pointplay.com. Wellmark3pointplay.com or text IOWA to 97063. And Hawkeye Basketball and Hawk Talk with Coach McCaffrey is sponsored by U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless with a nationwide network built from your town up. We're proud to be the official wireless provider of the Iowa Hawkeyes. All right, when we come back, we're going to draw the grand prize winner from our season-long Hawk Talk Coach McCaffrey show here at the Hyatt Regency. The winner will walk away with an overnight stay in the hotel's presidential suite, breakfast here at the Edgewater Grill, an appetizer and beer flight at the Back Pocket Brewery in Iowa City, dinner up the street at the Iowa Athletic Club, and a basketball signed by Coach McCaffrey. So we'll draw for that when we come back. Matt's all set to go. He's got the jar that's jammed with a lot of names. That's up next on Hawk Talk with Coach McCaffrey from Learfield.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game and is a proud sponsor of the ongoing recognition of our military at Hawkeye games this season. Thank you to all the men and women, past and present, who have served our country and allow all of us to enjoy the freedom and liberty we enjoy today. American Equity's vision is to become the premier insurance company specializing in retirement savings and income products. To learn more about our company, please visit our website at american-equity.com.
When you build a network locally engineered for the home team, you know how important a strong connection is on game day. So you give every fan in town access to 5G at no extra charge. Now, when you switch to U.S. Cellular, you can get unlimited 5G data for only $30 a month with 4 lines. Join the nationwide network built from your town up and stay connected to your home team with U.S. Cellular 5G. Switch today and get unlimited 5G data for only $30 a month with 4 lines. Terms apply. 5G not available everywhere. See uscellular.com for details.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
What are you craving? The Wig and Pin in Ankeny, across from DMAC, is proud to offer dine-in and carry-out. Home of the famous Flying Tomato Pizza and Chicago-style deep dish, the Wig has all of your favorites, including thin crust pizza, appetizers, lots of sandwiches like the Turkey Club and Reuben, soups and salads you'll love, and a full bar. Call to order or just come on in for lunch and dinner. The Wig and Pin in Ankeny. What are you craving?
Are you looking to downsize from your family home to begin your retirement years? Our Oak Knoll East campus is for you. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director at Oak Knoll. Our new campus has many unique amenities for your active lifestyle, in addition to providing the same great services that Oak Knoll has offered our residents for over 50 years. We're now open and have a few 2-bedroom apartments still available. Call me at 319-351-1720 or visit oakknoll.com to set up your personal tour. Go Hawks!
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
All right, we got a winner here at the Hyatt Regency Edgewater Grill and Bar. Rick Frimmel from Marengo. Out the road. Well, that's justice because Rick and Karen are here each and every week for Hawk Talk with Fran McCaffery. And so Rick wins the prize package for our shows across this basketball season. And that includes the grand prize, which is an overnight stay here in the hotel's presidential suite, breakfast in the Edgewater Grill, an appetizer and beer flight at the Back Pocket Brewery, dinner up the street at the Iowa Athletic Club here in the Coralville, Iowa, or the Iowa River Landing, and a basketball signed by Coach McCaffrey. Stop by the Edgewater Grill and take in the fare each and every week. You don't have to wait till next season's Coach McCaffrey show. Stop in and enjoy dinner and or breakfast each and every day. And get ready for Easter with the Hyatt Regency Coralville's Breakfast with the Easter Bunny on Saturday, April 16th from 9 until 11. It's a Belgian waffle bar and more. And the kids can have a photo taken with the Easter Bunny. So congratulations to Rick Frimmel.
And we thank Rick and Karen and the crew for coming out to all 14 of these.
They're regulars every week here.
Not only that, for 12 years.
Yeah, there you go.
Every year that I've been here, we can't thank him enough.
Yeah, he's.
I got one question.
He comes to practice about every day, so if he doesn't show up, I scold him.
Don't worry about it.
So you didn't have permission to miss today.
The cows probably got out. He had to go round them up. So who's going to watch the cows when you're spending the night here? I'll come over and check on them.
Who's doing chores? Bobby can milk the cows. Check on the chickens and the hogs. All right, congratulations to Rick. Hawkeyes and either Nebraska or Northwestern will jump ball on Thursday afternoon at Indianapolis. We'll be on the air at noon with the pregame coverage 1 o'clock for tip-off in the opening round of the Big Ten tournament. Indiana plays Michigan, Minnesota versus Penn State. Maryland will battle Michigan State, and the Ohio State Buckeyes take on the winner of Minnesota and Penn State. Purdue, Wisconsin, Illinois, and Rutgers are the first four with the double bye. Coach, you got the 1, 2, 3, 4 seeds are in order. Illinois, Wisconsin. Illinois beat the Badgers in their only regular season meeting. Purdue, the 3 seed. Rutgers, the 4 seed. The Hawks would have loved to have been there, but those are 4 pretty good programs that are enjoying the bye through to Friday.
Yeah, we're fortunate enough to win our first game, then we'll play Rutgers. So,
and of course, we remember what happened in Piscataway. Low-scoring game. Hawks lose it by 2. Coach Peichel's done a heck of a job with the Scarlet Knights.
He's a really good coach, really good guy. Just one of those. I coached against him early in my career. He was playing for UConn. Played for Jim Calhoun. Mm-hmm. It was. I can't remember if it was Jim's first or second year at UConn. Just really kind of getting the program going. And, he played with Carl Hobbs, who has since joined his staff.
Great player.
And stuff. But he's just a regular guy and kind of guy you root for.
Really got that program going, too, Fran. Man, they
got a good team. They got a veteran club, with McConnell and Harper and Gio and Mulcahy. Those 4 guys. And then I think Cliff Omarui might be, one of the better.
Gotten better.
Might be the most improved player in the league. He's really, because he came off the bench last year, and then Miles Johnson transferred to UCLA, so he would have been doing the same, but he had to start and play all the time, and it's paid off for him.
Scott has a question for both Bobby and Fran. What rule that has been introduced would you like to see removed? And secondly, how do you think the players from your era, 1980s, would hang with today's players? Well, Bobby, why don't you take that one, and I'll ask Fran about the rule.
Yeah, I don't know much about rules, but the
1980s players. Well,
players, if you can shoot, you can play.
Roy Marble could shoot.
Yeah, I mean, it's basketball. I mean, it was really physical out there, probably a lot more physical than it is now, but I think the good players would certainly be able to hang. I mean, good players of the 80s were wearing number 23.
Yeah.
I think Michael would have his way in the league right now. BJ, yeah.
You know, if you could shoot, whether the three-point line was there, and it didn't come in until 87, I think, if I remember correctly.
I think it was 86.
Yeah, 86, 87. But he's right. If you could shoot, you
yeah, you know, I would argue that I think the game is more physical now. Your players are just bigger, faster, stronger. But like you watched that game yesterday, I mean, the way people, you know, back in the day, if Kofi did what he did, he'd foul out.
He'd be on the bench all
before the first media timeout. It's just the way it was. The game was called differently. But anybody, I would say this, you know, a lot of people say, well, you know, it was tougher back then. Or it was, you know, the bottom line is the players that were good when Bobby played would be good today.
Yeah,
they would they would play a little bit differently. You know, somebody like Bobby was a little bit ahead of his time. You know, he was a big guard who could really shoot, and then you had some athletic, really big guys that were versatile. Like, you know, Ronnie Lester, he could play anytime, you know, like
one of the greats.
But your game would be a little bit different. Like even what teams run and how they train and how they lift. You know, you didn't have strength coaches and 23,000 or 12,000 square foot weight room.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, you didn't have a practice facility. I mean, it was just a different time.
Well, college football wasn't that way either back then. So, Fran, if you could remove...
All changed for the better.
Yeah.
If you could remove one rule now in place, I'm sure there's more than one, but what would be at the top of your list?
You know, I started thinking about it when I read, you know, I don't know.
Charge block. I mean, they tried to clean that up with the restricted zone.
You know, they tried to, you know, create a little more freedom of movement.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you listen to Jay Billis at all, and, you know, Jay is a guy that I respect a lot and has a lot of opinions, and he's always asked for his opinions. And he said that, you know, the freedom of movement is a joke. I would like to see the freedom of movement rule be enforced, because it's not. You know, guys are getting pushed all over the place, banged everywhere, and I would argue that in our league, it's a problem because it's not an advantage disadvantage. The game is called the way it is in our league. It's very physical. They let a lot of stuff go. The problem is you get to the tournament, they don't.
They tighten up.
So, you know, you look at Purdue last year, the whole team's in foul trouble in the first game, doing what they did all year long. So, you know, you
different refs.
Yeah, you know, all of a sudden you got a guy from the Mountain West and a guy from the Pac-12 and a guy from the Ohio Valley.
How's that work, Fran? They don't come as a crew. They just put them all together.
They
grade them.
You have to be graded out to be good enough
for the pool.
It's the same as the teams that get in. The refs get in.
Okay.
You know, they're graded all year long, and then they grade out to a point where, you know, so like if you are an official, you know you're an elite official if you get NCAA tournament games. If you advance to the Sweet 16, to the Elite 8, to the Final Four, if you get a national championship game, now you're the elite of the elite.
Are they as a crew, though? Or are they individually advancing?
You know what? I don't think they're as a crew. But I remember one of the things I talk about all the time is when we played Cincinnati a couple of years ago.
Yep.
And the end of the game was so disjointed because they kept going to the monitor. And I talked to one guy, and he's like, look, we got to get it right. You know, or they don't advance, they get in trouble. Gotcha. So, you know, as long as we have that monitor, we're going to go look and get it right. So, you know, okay.
Hawks won, we got it right.
Yeah.
Final break on Hawk Talk with Coach McCaffrey. We'll come back and wrap up our show right after this on Hawk Talk with Fran McCaffery from Learfield.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beer, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Anything can happen when the Cyclones and Hawkeyes come to compete. It's where the rubber meets the road. Neighbors become rivals and friends become foes. Some go home broken-hearted, while others are victorious. When the dust finally settles, one thing stands true. No matter which side you're on, you're part of tradition for those who are Iowan through and through. We're Iowa Corn, a proud sponsor of the Iowa Corn Cy-Hawk Series. In Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When you build a network locally engineered for the home team, you know how important a strong connection is on game day. So you give every fan in town access to 5G at no extra charge. Now, when you switch to US Cellular, you can get unlimited 5G data for only $30 a month with 4 lines. Join the nationwide network built from your town up and stay connected to your home team with US Cellular 5G. Switch today and get unlimited 5G data for only $30 a month with 4 lines. Terms apply. 5G not available everywhere. See uscellular.com for details.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly transformed Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center. Located in the heart of the Iowa River Landing, walking distance to Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeyes volleyball team, as well as some great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency is the new home of Hawk Talk with Fran McCaffery this fall. Come find your place at Hyatt Regency, where we care for people so they can be their best.
Welcome back to our remaining moments with Iowa basketball coach Fran McCaffery. We've been brought to you tonight by the Iowa Corn Cy-Hawk Series. Iowa Corn promotes honest, hard-working values that are uniquely Iowan. Thank you, Iowa's corn farmers, who will be out in the fields before you know it. We salute all fans and athletes for their hard work and determination to be the best both on and off the field. We'll see many of you Hawkeye fans and farmers in Indianapolis. Don't forget the Hawkeye huddle at the Tin Roof in downtown Indy prior to Iowa's game against either Nebraska or Northwestern coming up on Thursday afternoon. Hawk Talk has also been brought to you tonight by Authentic Brand gear. The style and comfort of Authentic Brand by TCB Companies delivers that boost of confidence to be your best. Outfit your life with Authentic Brand gear by TCB Companies, and don't just do it in Authentic Brand. March Madness is off to a rousing start tonight, given the scores and last-second shots of some conference tournaments around the country, including the Southern Conference. Gonzaga is out to a 10-point lead on the University of San Francisco out west, and you can of course follow all the action here on the Hawkeye Radio Network later this week. Coach, I think I speak for everybody here, and certainly for Bobby Hansen and Matt at the Hyatt Regency. Appreciate you coming out each and every week, and the assistants filled in when they could, and thanks so much for your attendance each and every week throughout the year. And now it's on to March Madness.
Yeah, I really appreciate working with you guys all the time, and pleasure to work with pros, and the way we're treated here at the Hyatt with Matt has been awesome.
Yeah,
and
really good.
The crowds that come out and support us and everything that we're doing, we can't thank them enough, and we'll get them ready.
See you Thursday, Fran. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all for joining us this year on Hawk Talk. We'll talk at noon on Thursday from Indy. March Madness is here. Good night.
on the Hawkeye Sports Network. From Learfield, live from the Hyatt Regency, this has been Hawk Talk with Fran McCaffery. Brought to you by Bud Light. It's for the fans. Brought to you by Ford, inviting you to visit your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. Hy-Vee, the official grocer partner of Iowa Hawkeyes basketball. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. U.S. Bank, life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank, member FDIC. U.S. Cellular, today's game brought to you by U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. And by Hyatt Regency, caring for people so they can be their best. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.